co-host, Paul on the ball, no stranger to the sports desk. Paul.
Good evening, Carl. Good evening.
And we have some guests in the studio with us this evening.
We certainly do. We have the rugby. Rugby? They are federation, aren't they? Are they? Yes. Yeah. Rugby football, anyway. And we have the captain here, Mr. Donovan Stables. Along with him is Edward Vasquez, who is one of the key players. I know you guys are off to St. Lucia very soon. Donovan, tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, we're leaving for St. Lucia first thing in the morning. We're playing a Caribbean, a NACRA Caribbean Championship game against St. Lucia in St. Lucia on Saturday.
Oh, excellent. And how's the preparation been for that?
Preparation has been good, actually. We're just coming from training and the vibes is good in the camp.
So you guys wear such nice uniforms in training?
No, this is just the national uniform.
Oh.
If you notice, it have the color of the national
colors. Very nice.
Yes, it's very nice.
The rugby national rugby team for the BBI.
Right. So you guys might be the best looking squad.
National.
Let's hope that you come up with a goal.
A quick question, Donovan. If you guys so happen to win this game, what's next for you guys?
Okay, if we win this game, then we have a home game at February 30th against Curacao St. Vincent, right here in Tatula.
Wow.
And then if we win that game, then we're off to Barbados.
And if you don't win that game, that's it for you guys?
Yeah, once you lose, yeah.
So it's a knockout?
Yeah, it's a knockout.
Now, how strong, Edward, how strong to your knowledge is St. Lucia?
Well, I'm new, so I don't know much, but it doesn't matter because we're ready to play.
You hear that? I like that confidence. So, you got to find some animals to play on the team, and then you guys say he doesn't care.
Yeah, I like that confidence.
The last time we played St. Lucia was way back, and we give them like 65-0. But we haven't played them recently, and we hear that they're on the rise and they get some English coach and stuff like that. So we don't know what to expect, but we're ready for anything that they bring to us.
Let me ask you, I know you have a lot of new rookies on your teams. How many rookies you have so far?
We have four new guys going down to St. Lucia, including Melvin, who is 17-year-old, and Aston, who is 16-year-old.
Wow. So they must be good at your national team.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Actually, Melvin won the game for us in St. Thomas a couple weeks back.
Okay, good.
Wow. So tell us a bit about that, Edward. How did that go? Speak on behalf of Melvin.
Well, it was my first game, but he played that last play when it came down. When he got the ball, he just ran like it was the end of his life. You should have seen our faces when he made the try, and it was really nice for us to win that game.
So you guys have gotten the fever now. You're really into this thing. It looks like you're getting like Donovan. No, you're loving this thing.
Yes, I have.
Everywhere I meet Donovan, all he wants to talk about is rugby.
That's good. But at least I'm proud to say that at least we were excelling in a different area of sport, because like I said, everybody wants to be a champion, and every sports wants to be the number one.
And also, I was just going to say, let's state the fact. I mean, there are a lot of local guys now playing rugby. In the old days, it was just all the Aspaka English who were playing rugby. Now I look on the team, and more than half are blacks playing the sport. How has that come about?
Actually, it's about 85% going down to St. Lucia. So it's benefit from the rugby school program.
Okay.
Because Melvin and Austin are product of the school program from primary school up.
Oh, wow.
You know, we have the primary and high school tournament at the Shirley. So it's benefit from that.
Excellent. Let's just remind the folks that you are listening to this live, jtvlive.net. You can log into us on the World Wide Web. Also, you can give us a call. 541 is our line number, 541-6708, 541-6709. You can send a text, because we're going to be having a lot of guests in here this evening. We're here presently with Donovan Staples and Edward Vasquez. They are from the rugby football team who are off to St. Lucia.
Actually, the national
rugby football team. See, Carl's correcting me.
They're off tomorrow.
They're off tomorrow morning, early and bright. So, listen, guys. Any final words, because we've got a packed house tonight? What do you want to say to the fans? What do you want to tell them about the game?
Basically, I just want to say thanks to the sponsors. Our biggest sponsor is Digicel. It have SHRM and Chris Global. They're nicely printed on the shirt. The BVI Olympic Committee. We just want to say thanks to them. They helped to make this trip possible.
And for yourself, Edward?
I can say I'm excited to go, happy to go, and thank you to the supporters and all the sponsors for making this possible for us.
And hey, I got a surprise here for you guys. Hey, Edward, tell them that in Spanish.
Gracias por todo el soporte que nos has dado y trataremos de hacer lo mejor que podamos.
Okay, well, on behalf of the guys, on behalf of the guys, we want to thank you guys, Donovan and Edward, for being on our first segment. We're going to take a pause for a cause. When we come back, it's track and field. We have Miss Tessa Roddington Shaw here from RADA, who is the Regional Anti-Doping organization. She'll be here next to tell us a bit about why you shouldn't be taking certain medications on the shelf if you want to become a world-class athlete. So stick and stay. This is Sports Desk. We'll be right back.
Gatorade Lab Test 01 Prime Trial Number 10. Fuel training. Trigger muscle response. Night. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Wholesale.
Sale at Lime. Talk XL for 5 minutes and get the next 25 free on Lime calls. That's much more than double your credit, and you get it every day. Lime, value every moment.
Being number one always feels great. Nagico Insurances is number one in insurance in the British Virgin Islands because we've made serving you our number one priority. We provide the best customer service. And most importantly, our highly qualified team provides you with the very best in insurance advice to protect you, your family, and your business. Here are a few facts to keep in mind. Nagico is the largest provider of general insurance, is the number one auto insurance provider. Nagico has the fastest growing medical insurance portfolio, has the most qualified group of insurance personnel to advise you on your insurance needs, and Nagico makes year-round contributions to education, community projects, and sports in the British Virgin Islands. Be protected by team number one. Nagico Insurance's British Virgin Islands. Call today at 494-6433. We've got you covered.
Speedies, the ultimate way to travel in and around the Virgin Islands. We offer daily ferry services between Virgin Gorda and Tortola and St. Thomas on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Speedies also offer 3 daily services from Trellis Bay, Beef Island, including a 10:30 p.m. convenient late run from Virgin Gorda. Explore paradise in Virgin Gorda with car rentals, deep sea fishing, private charters, and taxi services with free pickup offer. Don't settle for anything less. When thinking of travel in the Virgin Islands by land or sea, think Speedies. Full air-conditioned cabins and a well-stocked bar. For more information, call 495-5235 or 495-5204.
Well, welcome back, guys. Join us in the studios. We have some new faces, and I know my co-host, he likes to do the introduction, so I'm going to hand it over to him. Paul?
Well, Carl, that's what you call a bailout, folks. Carl doesn't want to call the name wrong because he's already been warned by Miss Shaw not to say it wrong. So it's Tessa Chatterton Shaw.
Very good.
Of the Caribbean Anti-Doping Organization.
Caribbean Regional.
There you go.
Anti-doping organization here. He didn't get that part right. I got that part
Okay,
right.
good. And along with her is whom?
Mr. Ephraim Penn.
Ephraim Penn. And who is he relative to the anti-doping?
Actually, he's the president of the Olympic Federation or Olympic Committee.
Right.
Is it committee or federation?
Relative
Olympic
to
committee.
the
Olympic Committee.
committee, yes. But relative to the
relative to
anti-doping.
all of sports, he's responsible for all the
All right.
regional and international sports
So let's...
on Tortola.
Good evening. That's great to have
Good
you.
evening. It's a pleasure to be
Good
here.
evening, Ephraim.
Good evening.
Well, explain for us the position that Mr. Penn holds in your association and tell us a bit about the anti-doping organization.
Right, the Caribbean Regional Anti-Doping Organization represents 50 member countries. I'm based in Barbados. I work on behalf of those member countries, and the British Virgin Islands just became a member country last year. That was endorsed by the board. And the focus of the RADO, and you should know there are 15 RADOs globally, the focus of the RADO is to ensure that anti-doping education, doping control, which is another word for drug testing, is implemented across all member countries, and that countries adhere to the principles in the World Anti-Doping Code. Once you remember that doping is fundamentally contrary to the spirit of sport in terms of the Olympic values of excellence and dedication and respect, fair play, that in a nutshell tells you about the aims and objectives of our work.
Okay, and before you go ahead, just to let you guys know, we're live on the internet, www.jtvlive.net, and we're also live on air. If you guys want to call us, our numbers to call, Paul?
Yes, it's 541-6708 to call, or 541-6709 if you want to send a text.
Yes.
Right. So obviously, Mr. Penn, you also recently we've just joined. Tell us a bit about our connection with the Regional Anti-Doping Organization.
Well, it's a very good one. We attended the meeting in St. Kitts last year in February, where we applied for membership and we were accepted. And that put us on a different level right off the bat. That means that said to us, well, you're now accepted. You have to now put programs in place, educate the public, and move forward. So we have started that process, and having Tessa here this week has really ratcheted up a little bit, where we now creating more awareness as to anti-doping and how the pitfalls, not only the pitfall, but really trying to make athletes, national federations comfortable with the process. Because when person hear about anti-doping, they get a connotation and all negative. But it's not all negative, and so we are trying to put that across to everyone that this is not all negative. It's something that is very important, and I'm sure that my good friend here and yourself, we all have traveled and competed internationally, and we have been through the process. Now we need to educate the up-and-coming athletes that if you travel, if you intend to compete internationally, there are certain things that are expected, and unfortunately or fortunately, doping is alive and well in sport, and you will be tested.
Well, I was just about to make the point that probably all three of us have been drug tested before at major events, and for the young athlete listening on air now, what does that mean to them? I mean, we know recently athletes have found to be found. The system has been found that they've taken a cough medicine or whatever. How do the athletes know? What cough medicine they can take, what cough medicine they can't take? Can they drink coffee during sessions? Can't they drink coffee? How do they know? How do the youngsters listening know now?
Very good question. Just let me say that every year the World Anti-Doping Agency produces the prohibited list, which specifies the categories of prohibited substances and methods, and we produce an athlete pocket guide, which is available online on our website, CaribbeanRado.com. It is replete with information, and I think it's important that athletes know that there's two words called strict liability, which means the athlete is responsible for anything they drink or eat, anything they consume. Athletes who are serious about their sport must also receive advice about their nutrition, about medications. Therefore, it's important to have a guidance and advice from a medical doctor. To this end, Mr. Penn and I have discussed the selection of a medical doctor, and I think that is currently in the works, who will give advice to the Olympic Committee. But athletes cannot say that they do not know, or they cannot say that their doctor, their father, their physiotherapist, their mother, their father told them to take a substance.
That is no longer the trend.
That is no longer the trend. The operative words are strict liability. So it is very important for national sports organizations whom I address today. I have had a packed agenda here at the BVI, and it has been wonderful, thanks to Mr. Farrington and Mr. Penn. But it's so important for national sports organizations to make themselves aware, to continue the education. My visit is just to light a fire, in a good sense, to light a fire, but the education and the awareness must be sustained beyond my visit. And I have every confidence that this will be done by the team at the Olympic Committee, but it is important to become educated, because whether they are tested internationally or locally, they must know, and they must understand the doping control process, which is the actual testing process from athlete notification to sample collection.
Now, let me ask you, and this goes for all sports across the board, whether it be basketball, track and field, volleyball, powerlifting,
all sports, any sport,
any sport
federation. Once they have a national federation, the education needs to start in country, in Tortola, and might I add, across the territory.
Right.
I was speaking to a PE teacher today who was saying that Virgin Gorda gets forgotten. I think Virgin Gorda or Anegada. There's a public school there, so we must remember them. The thing is, in our jurisdiction with small populations across the region, when our athletes reach the world stage and make us feel so proud, the entire Caribbean feels that pride and that joy.
Well, I was going to say they'll be well remembered when one of them goes overseas and gets drug tested and it comes negative. Suddenly then it was, why did anybody go to Virgin Gorda? Suddenly, so we have to ensure that those sort of things doesn't happen.
Right, and your membership in the Caribbean RADO is basically now catapulting you on the world stage, because you are now in sync with the World Anti-Doping Code, in sync with the protocols of WADA. And I believe there's beauty in smallness. Despite your size, despite your small population, it means that you can step up on the global stage.
Now, question: at what age can we look forward for testing? For example, we have kids go to Carifta. Are they starting at a Carifta's age, or?
Just let me say, testing can occur among minors.
Oh, they can.
Obviously, every country has its own national laws,
right.
And there are jurisdictions where the Ministry of Education and might want to sign off. I can't speak definitively for the BVI, but in Barbados, minors have been tested at national championships. We do it every year.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I don't know of any testing at the primary school level, but certainly at the secondary school level.
Now, on to Mr. Penn, you made this comment, Ms. Shaw, that you're lighting a fire. So, Mr. Penn, what happens once the fire is lit? What happens next?
Well, that's a good question. We have, after we were accepted, we already started the process. We have formed the Anti-Doping Commission locally. I am one of the members. Mr. Cleve Farrington, another member. Mark Chapman. Jamal Smith is the lawyer on the team. And we have Dr. Closon who is the first doping control officer we had trained, is also on that team. So we have started that process. In fact, because of us starting that process, we were able to do 5 out of competition testing last year, locally. And I must, we were a bit nervous because it was the first time we did such a thing, and everyone was, we couldn't sleep at night. Tessa was calling us all through the night to find out if you're doing this right, you're doing that right. And it was a process, and it was a learning experience for everyone.
I thought she was calling to get the results.
The results came back, and they were all negative. And so the athletes who took the test, so, we're not going to name them, but obviously they were by code,
right?
And the sports here have been clean so far for the first trial.
No,
and we expect that to continue.
If a situation came up that one of the athletes were shown to be positive, but it had to be a minor, a cough, mixture or something like that, and we're new in the game, how would RADO have looked at that? How would they have dealt with it?
Well, whether you're new in the game or seasoned in the game, it doesn't matter. We obviously the BVIO see as the national, what is called the National Anti-Doping Organization, or NADO, would have its own sanctions, and those sanctions should be in sync with the code. One has to look at whether it's a first offense. One has to look at the severity or the toxicity of the drug. Let's say, for example, alcohol is tested in competition versus a substance like, let's say, cocaine.
Right. Yes.
So, which is illegal.
Sure.
Which would obviously have a stiffer penalty than, say, alcohol. Right. So one has to look at the number of offenses committed by the athlete, the type of drug or the type of chemical found. So a sanction could vary from a warning to a ban.
Yes.
So that is just, two ends of the spectrum. Right. As you know, recent events, in the...
Well, in the region, we know we don't want to pick it anymore, but certainly St. Kitts was no secret for anyone in recent months. They're the most recent.
St. Kitts was an unfortunate situation, and it should be a wake-up call to all of us and there is a category of drug called non-approved substances, and that is for substances or chemicals that are not publicly known, but clearly we had a situation where a veterinary medicine was used by injection.
So there's no excuse that she didn't confuse her with a horse then.
Just let me say that I would encourage any athlete to stay away from a veterinary medicine or anything that's prohibited.
Okay, Paul, on that note, we just have to take a break.
We're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break, and we can come back and wrap up if so, please. So, folks, at this moment, we'd just like to take a break from a word from our sponsors and be right back to wrap up with the Olympic Committee and Tessa. Okay.
Some people confront it to become champions. Some to lose weight. Some to go down in history. Some to make their mothers proud. Some to feel part of something. Whatever medal you're striving to win, effort will always be the main adversary to beat. New Formula Gatorade, with no artificial colorings and sweeteners, helps you overcome effort. Gatorade works naturally.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Wholesale.
Gatorade lab test. Fuel training. Trigger muscle response. Ignite. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Wholesale.
Speedies, the ultimate way to travel in and around the Virgin Islands. We offer daily ferry services between Virgin Gorda and Tortola and St. Thomas on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Speedies also offer 3 daily services from Trellis Bay, Beef Island, including a 10:30 p.m. convenient late run from Virgin Gorda. Explore paradise in Virgin Gorda with car rentals, deep sea fishing, private charters, and taxi services with free pickup offer. Don't settle for anything less. When thinking of travel in the Virgin Islands by land or sea, think Speedies, full air-conditioned cabins, and a well-stocked bar. For more information, call 495-5235 or 495-5204.
I'm Kirk Adams, singer, songwriter, producer. Communication is key for me, so I depend on my Lime service to help me make it happen. My Lime BVI value plan gives me unlimited local calls to Lime mobile and landlines, 2,000 minutes to call third-party networks on island, 250 megabytes of 4G data. Plus, I get 650 minutes to call USA, Canada, USVI, Puerto Rico, and UK landlines. The all-new BVI value plan for just $99 per month. Sign up today and unlock additional savings on your choice of select superhero handsets from the BVI's leading 4G network. Lime. Value every moment.
If you're repping the VI, let them know it's not
Welcome back, guys. Like I said, we just had an interesting conversation. In the studios with us is Tessa Chatterton Shaw, and she's from the Caribbean Regional Anti-Doping Organization, which covers
15 countries.
15 or 50?
15.
15 countries, and now we are affiliated member, Olympic Committee, British Virgin Islands, a member, and she's here to talk about anti-doping.
Right. I just want to speak to what doping is. And doping is really defined as a series of anti-doping rule violations. And it ranges from the presence of a prohibited substance in urine or in blood. It is refusal to take to submit to a test. Right. It is trafficking or possession of prohibited substances or illegal drugs. It's even a coach who encourages an athlete to use a substance. Sure. It's failure to file whereabouts, and elite athletes have to file their whereabouts. Their international federations must know where they are located on any given date within a 1-hour period. Wow. So an athlete like Mr. Bolt, whom we adore and admire, his whereabouts must be known to his international federation. Doping is also tampering with the doping control process, being disruptive, just being uncooperative. All of that is considered an anti-doping rule violation.
It's quite a wide range of stuff, isn't it, really? A lot more than athletes realize.
Exactly, and that is why the education is so important. When people hear doping or given a urine sample, they clam up, they get nervous. There's no need to be nervous or to be worried about it. Once you remember to live up to the expectations or to live up to the Olympic values of excellence, dedication, courage, respect for yourself, but respect for your fellow athletes, you will not have a problem. The athlete who chooses to dope and to gain a competitive advantage is not living up to the principles of the Olympic values.
You just mentioned something a while ago about samples. Can you just explain a little bit of how the testing is being done? Because yes. I've had it done to me. I'm sure Paul and Efraim them, but just to let the viewing audience
First of all, a test must be administered by a doping control officer or DCO. The DCO must be trained, must be professional in his or her approach to the athlete. It starts with athlete notification. notifying the athlete that he or she has been selected for a test in or out of competition. Out of competition means the DCO can show up at the athlete's home. The DCO must identify himself or herself, and it starts from there, requesting the athlete to give a sample of urine. We do not do any testing of blood in this region because we don't have the sophistication necessary for it. So it starts from notification, sample collection. It's given in a specified cup, sample collection cup. The athlete must be given a selection of cups and also a selection of kits to choose from. Once the athlete begins the process of giving the urine, we observe the athlete passing the urine. We must be satisfied. We must see that the urine is coming from the athlete's body.
The reason I said that is for you to stress on that.
Right. We must see.
Actually, you'll be standing. This is what happened to me. I was standing, and he was standing right there next to me. It was a little difficult, but he told me the same thing that you said.
Right.
He has to see.
Right, and it must be, you must have a chaperone of the same gender.
Yes.
And so we must see the urine passing from the woman's body, from the woman's vagina, and from the man's penis. Right? Because athletes have been known to have devise very creative means.
Well, I remember in 1987, well, was it 87 or 87 in Indianapolis, I think it was.
87.
Shot putter was pregnant. And so it was quite funny because we had just come out of drug testing, and then it was like a big laugh. Partly this shot put over there is pregnant.
But even nowadays, even if you're pregnant, even a woman is menstruating, that cannot be an excuse for not submitting to
it was a male shot putter. It was a male. It was a male shot putter.
They still have to give that sample.
Yeah, they still have to give that sample, and those details are taken on a doping control form. The DCO must follow this principle: document what you do and do what you document. So from the point of athlete notification to the point of sample collection, every step of the process is documented on doping control forms, which the athlete must sign.
Okay, who's to say when I'm finished with my testing and I leave it in your hand, it's not being tampered with? Well, I guess I'd have to...
I will answer it this way.
Okay.
A doping control officer must sign a confidentiality agreement. This work is taken very seriously because it can be legally challenged. From the point of sample collection to the point of handing over the sample to a courier. Every step has to be documented because the sample, you might collect a sample at 10 o'clock at night. The courier service may not be opened. It has to be refrigerated. You have to say where you have refrigerated it, at what time you place it there, at what time you hand it over to the courier. Every step of the way to the point of it reaching the lab in Montreal, Canada. And I would like to stress that no lab in this region is used for sample analysis. It goes to a WADA accredited lab, and this is where the costs come in. The actual people ask, why aren't more athletes tested? Why isn't every athlete tested every day? There's a cost attached to this. It costs $240 for one sample in competition to be analyzed.
Who pays for that?
Whoever requests the test, whether it's the Olympic Committee, it could be a national federation, you have a basketball federation here, it just depends.
Now, looking at it from a local standpoint, because we've seen people like Marion Jones, Ben Johnson, these are names that most people know now, who've been found using illegal drugs. How does, for the young person who is looking and listening to you tonight quite keenly, how do they really know that they shouldn't be having a cup of coffee or they shouldn't be drinking cough mixture, or how are they going to get about this, and how do they know what is going to be, I mean, besides the paper, I mean, in reality, for them?
Any athlete serious about his or her sport must seek knowledge. and that must come from their National Sport Federation in the first instance, being aware of the prohibited list. And every year the prohibited list is revised. Caffeine is not banned. However, I will say this, caffeine is available in a lot of energy drinks in our region. I don't wish to call names, but they have high dosages of high levels of caffeine, which could lead to heart problems. Okay, that's one thing. But any serious athlete must receive guidance from a doctor, from his or her doctor. And it starts from seeking knowledge on the internet. They all have access to the net, to Facebook. There's no excuse for not knowing. They have to read labels. Someone mentioned cough medicines. Cough medicines span, there are a vast range of cough medicines, but those that contain pseudoephedrine, ephedrine, and
any kind of ephedrine.
Any kind of ephedrine. Those I am not a medical doctor, but I will say read the prohibited list, speak to a doctor who should know about the pharmacology of these products so that you don't run into problems.
And from what you're saying, the coaches themselves really need to be on top of their game.
The coaches need to know. The Athlete Pocket Guide, which you have before you, is online on WADA's website. That's WADA-AMA.org. It's also on the Caribbean Rado's website, which is CaribbeanRado.com. And BVI is now stepping up to the plate. All BV Islanders must seek knowledge and get on board, and don't say, I didn't know. No. My association didn't tell me. My federation didn't tell me.
No, we're in the timing of the clock, so I don't want Mr. Penn to get away without saying some final words.
All right, thank you very much. I would just like to say that we are here because of the efforts of quite a number of people in the community who have worked tirelessly behind the scene to make sure that we have reached this stage. I'd just like to publicly thank the Ministry of Education and the Minister, Mr. Myron Walwyn, and his team. The Governor's Office, because they played a key role in having us sign on to the UNESCO agreement, because we as a territory couldn't do that ourselves. It had to be done through the UK. And the UK, the Governor's Office played a big part in that. The local UNESCO office, Dr. Flax Archer, worked with us tremendously. And last but not least, as you listen to the jargon that Tessa is speaking, you know you need a good lawyer to survive this kind of process. And we had a great lawyer that worked with us tremendously, Jamal Smith of Thornton Smith, who really tie all the pieces together and made sure that we were in line every step of the way and make sure that this process happens. So I'd just like to publicly thank them. And we have a long way to go, but we have made a good foundation and a good start.
And I'm here for you.
Good. Well, I mean, we can go on and on, but plate is kind of full this evening, so we just like to thank you guys for coming through. Ephraim, I think there's a lot more information if anybody wants to know than how to contact the Olympic Committee. Ephraim is always available. Cleve is always in the office, so you can call up Cleve on the Olympic Committee. I think you can share the number.
Cleve Farrington. Yes, number is 494-6920.
And Tessa, again, would like to thank you for coming through and sharing this information with us.
It was my pleasure.
We hope to hear a lot more from the BVI through Mr. Penn and the Olympic Committee.
And I would love to return.
Okay.
And coming up next, the women are controlling things tonight. It's women's football, and we have Andrea Rodenborg. I'm sure I got that wrong as well. She'll be up next. Take and stay. The Sports Desk. We'll be right back.
Wow.
Right.
Effort is the greatest adversary of all. Some people confront it to become champions. Some to lose weight. Some to go down in history. Some to make their mothers proud. Some to feel part of something. Whatever medal you're striving to win, effort will always be the main adversary to beat. New formula Gatorade with no artificial colorings and sweeteners helps you overcome effort. Gatorade works naturally.
Talk is on sale at Lime. Talk XL for 5 minutes and get the next 25 free on Lime calls. That's much more than double your credit, and you get it every day. Lime, value every moment.
Speedies, the ultimate way to travel in and around the Virgin Islands. We offer daily ferry services between Virgin Gorda and Tortola and St. Thomas on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Speedies also offer 3 daily services from Trellis Bay, Beef Island, including a 10:30 p.m. convenient late run from Virgin Gorda. Explore paradise in Virgin Gorda with car rentals, deep sea fishing, private charters, and taxi services with free pickup offer. Don't settle for anything less. When thinking of travel in the Virgin Islands by land or sea, think Speedies, full air-conditioned cabins, and a well-stocked bar. For more information, call 495-5235 or 495-5204.
Welcome back, guys. Join us again in the studio. We have some new faces, and again, my co-host will be the one to introduce. The names are a little kind of funny this time, so I'll see how it goes.
Funny? Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I think the names are quite nice. Okay. Andrea Rodenborg.
Did he say it correctly?
Close. You can correct me, Andrea.
If it's English, it's Andrea Rodebal. If it's Spanish, it's Andrea Rodebal.
That's what I said. I said in Spanish. Andrea Rodebal. You see, I got it right. And of course, this is Andy Beckerton. He's from Jamaica, of course.
Welcome, guys. Welcome to Sports Desk. We're glad to have you, and I know you guys have some information that you would like to share with us. And
yes, thank you very much for having us.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. It's great to have Andrea here because this week we've been running a ladies coaching course, or a coaching course for ladies, designed to educate our ladies in coaching soccer from the point of view of getting an 11-a-side lady league started, which we're hoping to do in February. So we've partnered with FIFA to get Andrea here for the week, and then we culminate on Saturday with what's called a girls' fiesta, where I think approximately 150 girls between the ages of 8 and 16 will be out, and Andrea will be designing games for them to play and keep them interested in, or get them interested in football.
Okay. And folks, if you're just joining us, like I said, our numbers to call, Paul.
The number to call, I can tell you those absolutely because I know them by heart. It's 541-6707. You can give us a call, 541-6708. Sorry, 541-6708. Or you can send us a text, 541-6709.
And we're also on the World Wide Web at
www.jtvlive.net.
That's correct. And yes, Andrea, how's that been going for you?
It's been going very well. We conclude the course tomorrow, but we do have the football festival on Saturday for the girls. The idea of the course is to try and conclude with the festival, to begin to encourage the girls to come out and get interested in football. Like the President said, we partner. FIFA sends material, and this material can be used to run these festivals all over the island, in this case on the different islands, to encourage and get the girls interested in football.
It's really impressive what the amount of effort the FIFA's put in to get women's football off the ground in all small islands, you know. What motivates FIFA to want to see the BVI women do so well?
Well, first of all, it's important that we mention it's not FIFA FIFA is interested in seeing girls and women playing all over the world, but these courses are proactive, and it is the FA that must request the course.
Right.
FIFA is not going to decide that this week or this year women's football is going to be developed in BVI. No,
Sure.
it's BVI that must raise their hand
Correct.
and request the courses.
But I mean, they've put that there. They put it down so that we in the Virgin Islands can do
Right.
it. So that give me to Andy then. I guess I should put it to you. You know, the emphasis on the ladies. Why the emphasis and.
Well, if you look at the number of participants that we have in our youth program, both in the primary level and in the secondary level, you'll see that there's between 33 and 37% females. So we can play the boys and the girls together until probably the age of 12. In fact, not probably, we do, to the age of 12. Once they get over the age of 12, then we split between boys and girls. So in high school football, it's a split. So recognizing, obviously, with the incentives that FIFA offer, plus the fact that we were seeing this growth in female participation in soccer, we quickly made an application.
That makes sense.
And the good thing about the course that Andrea's running is it's not the prospective coaches are not just female; they're female and male. So we're able also to have some of our young guys that are participating in the in schools program as part-time coaches also participate in this course and improve their knowledge.
Right. So, well, just quickly, I'll just say before I can't get in there, I'm sneaking that one in. So how has the feedback been from the girls in particular on the course? How have they been doing?
Well, they've been doing very well. There's a mix. There are instructors who are physical education instructors that want to get into football. There are also players, and we encourage former players to take the course because a lot of girls in the world, just like boys in the world, dream of making a life out of football. And up until now, it has been really limited. But FIFA is very much committed not only to developing girls on the field, but also off the field. So if we begin to encourage these former players to think about what's going to happen after my playing career is finished, I can be a coach, maybe I could be a referee, I can be a director, I could be even a journalist working to promote women's football, and that way we prolong our career in football. So this is a course to encourage those players and other women to make a career out of football, in this case as a coach.
Okay, Andrea, I know we haven't said it, but Andrea also speaks Spanish, so and she's from Mexico.
Así es.
So now that information that you just related in English, can you do that in Spanish for Spanish-speaking people?
Oh, sure, of course. Estamos haciendo un curso para instructores, instructoras que trabajan con niñas en el fútbol, porque la idea es motivar a las niñas y a las mujeres que jueguen fútbol, pero que también piensen a futuro y que pueden hacer una carrera dentro del fútbol, al principio igual y como jugadoras, pero posteriormente como entrenadoras. O sea, uno puede incluso jugar fútbol, conseguir una beca, conseguir una carrera y después trabajar a favor del fútbol, ya sea como periodista, como médico, como entrenadora, como árbitra, ¿no? Entonces ese es el impulso que se le quiere dar al fútbol femenino.
Okay, Carl will now translate exactly what she said.
No. What I said to Andy, yes, I'm going to adjust it to Andy.
Okay, good.
But Andy, normally it is always said that we forget the other islands. Have you forgot the other islands?
We have not forgotten the other islands. In our program this year, we're going to be taking youngsters up to Anegada once a month. Fortunately, we have Speedies supporting us on this as a sponsor.
One of our sponsors as well. Speedies, go.
Yep, absolutely. They're a good sponsor for the BVIFA. So we're going to be taking, obviously, a team up to play Anegada once a month, but at the same time, we're going to be taking at least 2 other teams up to play there as well, because obviously it's kind of fun for the kids to have a trip out to Anegada, and obviously we want to encourage soccer in Anegada.
What about Virgin Gorda and just from that?
Well, Virgin Gorda has a very strong program.
Okay.
a significant number of our youngsters come from Virgin Gorda, which is one of the reasons, I guess, that Speedies is so prominent in their sponsorship. Jos van Dijk, we've been trying to involve Jos van Dijk as well. I'm not quite sure. I don't think they have enough players to have a team at the moment. So I think...
but I can say that there's because I transport some of the high school kids, and I think some of them is in your program also. So I know there's a bunch of girls out there that's interested in soccer. So I know, and I can say that she said she couldn't make it for this week, and she didn't realize it was. I think she's one of the goalies.
Okay.
Yes. So she said she'd try to make it the next time. But Jos van Dijk, you guys need to reach out a little more to them.
Okay.
We're in the tyranny of the clock, Andy. So any final words for you to say to promote the festival on Saturday and what's been going on so far?
Yeah, Saturday should be great fun for the girls. So girls, as we say, between the ages of 8 and 16 are quite welcome to come out. We're expecting about 150. There'll be lots of fun and games linked to football. We'll also give the coaches that have been working with Andrea an opportunity to practice their skills. And with all these youngsters that we've got on the school program, it's not just about finding talent for future national teams. It's making the sport available for everybody that wants to play it, because obviously there are positive social repercussions from coaching youngsters immediately after school, so they're not disappearing off and hanging out. They're actually doing something positive. They're working in a team environment where they're learning that you have to work with one another to be successful. And the government's telling us a lot about the problems with health and the youngsters not taking enough exercise. So for somebody playing soccer, it's a good physical exercise, good cardio, and fun. So please, everybody, come out and have some fun.
Finally, final words from yourself?
I would just like to compliment what the President said, because yes, this is about developing a sport, football in this case, but it really is more about developing a society and developing youngsters. They learn so many values through sport that they later apply to the society, to school, and to their family. So this is about developing youngsters. It's about developing, in this case, the girls, because where you talk about developing our society, and if we truly want to develop our society, we cannot ignore half of our population. Sport is a wonderful way of developing society, and when you develop women, you develop your society.
Thank you very much. We're going to take a pause for a cause. When we come back, we've got some more sports for you. I want to say a thank you to Andrea, and thank you to our president, Mr. Andrew Bickerton. So stick and stay. The Sports Desk will be right back.
Just don't move yet, guys. Don't move yet.
Are they here?
Your moisture-wicking fabric isn't enough. Your zero-weight shoes aren't enough. Your carbon fiber racket isn't enough. The apps that track, analyze, and motivate you aren't enough. Nothing you put on is. It's up to you. You and what's inside you. What you put into it is what you get out of it. Simple as that. You explode into the record books. You show no mercy. You come back strong. You win from within.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Wholesale.
Talk is on sale at Lime. Talk XL for 5 minutes and get the next 25 free on Lime calls. That's much more than double your credit, and you get it every day. Lime, value every moment.
Speedies the ultimate way to travel in and around the Virgin Islands. We offer daily ferry services between Virgin Gorda and Tortola and St. Thomas on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Speedies also offer 3 daily services from Trellis Bay, Beef Island, including a 10:30 p.m. convenient late run from Virgin Gorda. Explore paradise in Virgin Gorda with car rentals, deep sea fishing, private charters, and taxi services with free pickup offer. Don't settle for anything less. When thinking of travel in the Virgin Islands by land or sea, think Speedies, full air-conditioned cabins, and a well-stocked bar. For more information, call 495-5235 or 495-5204. For many, investing in a computer is a family affair, and we want to make sure that everyone is happy. Look for the place with dependable name brands you know and all the accessories you need to go. Let me introduce you to Sahid Electronics and Accessories, located in Road Town, Tortola. We have the latest in laptop computers, cell phones from Sony, Motorola, Samsung, Nokia, BlackBerry, and LG, and a wide variety of cell phone accessories to choose from. Need a new TV? Check us first. We have the lowest prices from 24-inch to 60-inch and surround sound systems to make you feel like you're in the movie theaters. And remember, we also have watches for men and women. Nobody beats Sahid Electronics and Accessories. We'll help you take home tomorrow today.
Welcome back, guys. In the studio again, joining us. If you're just joining us, our numbers to call, Paul.
The numbers to call, of course I did it by heart.
541-6708 and 541-6709 if you want to text us. We have 2 new faces.
Yeah. And before you introduce them, I just want to apologize because I just cut my eye and it might come out in the papers that I cut my eye. You know, these days like Obama. You know?
I forgot, of course, guys, you know I like to put Paul on the spot every now and then. So yes, Paul, go ahead and introduce a new guest.
Right. Okay, I will. Before I do, just very quickly, a text came in the last segment. I didn't answer it. They said they wanted me to promote the Lorenzo Black Boy Jennings Basketball League on Friday night. It's going to be the 49th Street versus Nothing Nice as Kendi Bass and Jason Edwin. So you don't want to miss that Friday night. Greenland's basketball court is going to be hot, hot, hot. It's the championship finals. Don't miss it. So, we have 2 lovely ladies here this evening. And they are Dawn Herbert. Good evening, Dawn.
Crabby.
Dawn Crab Herbert.
How can you forget that?
Forgive me, I don't know. I'll get dealt with afterwards. And also Charlene Hodge. Good evening. And we have a third person, Mr. LT, standing for everything if you fall for nothing. Colwood. He is here as well, and we're hoping to get him online. And the girls are here to talk about running and walking. Tell us. Enlighten us.
Pleasant good evening, everyone. Well, we're here to support Loving Your Body. Loving Your Body, we're promoting Healthy Lives for 2013. So on February the 16th, we're going to be having the very first P2W Love Your Body Run Walk. This run walk is going to start from the bandstand. We're going to run across to the High Court, go down on Main Street. We're going to cut across by the Commercial Court, come back up on Back Street, take it to Lower Estate, come round Huntam's Gut, and back to the bandstand.
So which part do you run, which part do you walk?
Well, we would hope everybody runs, but for those who can't run, you can jog. Those who can't jog, you can walk.
So it's not a competition, it's just
No, it's not a competition. The aim is to get people going to be on the move for a healthier you for 2030.
And can I ask a serious question here?
Yes.
Is Carl allowed to take part?
Of course.
Yes. Well, and anybody can take part. We invited one and all to come and take part.
Can people in wheelchairs be part of this also?
Every and all, we're asking you to come out.
So if you have a stroller, Paul, if you have a stroller, if you have a wheelchair, there's no excuse.
No excuse, okay.
Run, walk, or roll.
I'll roll. So we can't leave Charlene out. Our fitness freak, Charlene Hodge. Tell us a bit of, I presume you're on the committee. Tell us a bit about this run walk.
At the end of the run walk, I'll be doing a couple demonstrations with, let's say, kettlebell, the kettlebell, the bands. I'll be showing you some body conditioning routines.
Right. And what will LT be doing?
LT?
Yes, he's here. Trust me, he's here.
Before you leave, Charlene.
Okay, yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Charlene.
We'll get the LT afterwards.
Yes, we'll get the LT. What do you do?
Said, I love fitness. Passion of mine. I recently opened a fitness center, Poise.
Oh, located?
Fitness center located at Parkwood Pond in the R&R Malone Complex, first floor. Contact information, myself, Charlene Hodge, 496-7159.
Did you write that down? 496? No, not the call her.
75?
496-7159.
And Charlene, you're also a personal trainer.
I'm also a personal trainer.
So you will be doing personal training for this run walk. That's the idea?
Whatever is there, I'll do it.
You're going to be there to ensure that all the people for Dawn and for LT are in top shape and getting this thing right.
Yes.
But I'm glad that you mentioned LT and Dawn, because and Charlene, because don't you think they're a little overweight?
Who's overweight?
LT?
LT? Yes, so Dawn, tell us a bit more about this. What motivates you to have this thing? Listen, LT's my body, you know.
LT has to come on too. He has to by himself. Dawn, why did you pick LT?
No, that wasn't my question.
Why did I choose to do the Love Your Body Run Walk?
Yes.
For some time you've been keep hearing in the community, persons need to get in shape, persons need to live healthier lives, you need to eat healthy, and I decided instead of being someone that's just going to talk about it, I'm going to do something about it. So I decided to put on the Love Your Body Run Walk, and this run walk is not just going to be for health purposes. I'm also raising the funds to donate towards BVI Athletic Track and Field Association.
Oh, cool.
So it's a twofold event. So I'm asking everyone to come out Saturday, 16th of February to support the Love Your Body Run Walk. It's $20 registration. It begins at 6 o'clock in the morning.
What do we get for the $20?
For the $20, you're going to get a lot. You're going to get your t-shirt.
Wow.
After the walk, you're going to have a free breakfast.
So it's only after you make it to the walk, you get a t-shirt.
Once you have to finish. Once you register, you get your t-shirt.
I'm just checking.
You get your t-shirt. You're also going to have a healthy breakfast once you're finished with the walk.
Oh, wow.
At the event, we're going to have a physiotherapist. Therapy World is going to be with us on that day, so you can get advice. And his name is Jerry Smith. And he's going to be there. Any questions you have in terms of any therapy, you'll be able to promote. We're also going to have the massage therapist there on hand. His name is Journey's Health Spa.
Right.
Mr. Doug Archer, he's going to be there with us, so you come on and get a little massage during that occasion.
After you finish walking,
We're also going to have, of course, Charlene is going to be with us.
Where's the end of it going to be?
It begins and ends at the bandstand.
Oh, so the setup is going to be at the bandstand?
Setup is going to be at the bandstand. We're also going to have the Diabetes Association is going to be on hand with us. We're going to be doing cholesterol testing. We're also going to have a nutritionist that's going to be able to help you with healthy meals planning. So it's going to be a very good morning of activity geared towards health, fitness. Yes.
Right. Okay. What I'm going to say, we're going to take a quick pause for a cause because we have 5 minutes left, and I want to get a young man on the air by the name of LT. So we're going to take a pause for a cause. We'll be right back with this young man who's going to tell us a bit more about this walk. Walk, run. Stick and stay. We'll be right back.
Gatorade Lab Test 01 Prime Trial Number 10. Fuel training. Trigger muscle response. Ignite. Gatorade Prime, part of the G Series.
Gatorade is distributed in the BVI by Road Town Wholesale.
Back again, guys. Joining us is no other than LT Carwood. He's here with us. LT, good evening. This is the first time I've seen you on the sports desk. Welcome.
I'm glad to be here.
Okay, now if you guys don't know who LT is, he's the owner of the BVI Standpoint, the newspaper and online newspaper. And
in case you didn't know,
if you don't stand for something,
you stand for nothing. That's what it stands for.
I
learned that 10 years ago. You fall for anything.
If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, before we get to LT, Dawn, I wanted just to raise a question to you. Are you aware that the BVI has the highest level of obesity in the Caribbean?
Yes, I am.
Okay, just checking.
Good. And so, therefore, such being the case, you have been on the LT. Tell us about this obesity and how do we get rid of it?
Well, like Dawn said earlier, it's about doing something and not talking about it. I got involved in it too because putting these things on takes a lot of work. And Dawn cannot do it by herself, so she put a committee together. When she called me, I said, no problem, Dawn. So I'm really here to make sure that it actually happens.
Okay.
I am going to take part in the walk. Yes, I am. Because I know you're going to ask that question.
I was going to ask.
But to answer your question, what are you going to do about obesity? When you come to the Love Your Body Run walk, first of all, you're going to walk up a sweat. But when you're done, people are confused as to where do I find things to eat. The nutritionist is going to be there and she's going to tell you how to make the simplest, the quickest and most healthy meals in the morning, at lunch, and at dinner. And even how to snack in between. People think you just have to powder on food or go on a diet. No, you can eat everything that you're accustomed of eating, but she will tell you in what proportions and what portions to eat them in. And that will reduce obesity.
I have a serious question for you. Is there going to be a bush doctor there?
The only bush doctor will be me.
Any bush tea, Don?
No, I'm serious, you know.
Any bush tea?
There will be bush tea. Actually, the breakfast is being prepared by the head of the BVI culinary team, Mr. Kenneth Molyneux. So
Wow.
we get in state of the art.
So we're not getting any bush tea?
Yes. There will be bush tea. What kind of bush you want? Just tell me that I bring it from Caribbean.
You're from Caribbean, so you're supposed to be a bushman.
You want black water? Take care of your
guys. No, but we do need somebody who knows about those bushes because they've been working very good lately. I know there's some kind of fever or something that's going on, and that bush has been working lately. So I think you need to have that bush. No, there's a fever that's been going on that's making everybody sick.
So as we wrap up, Don, tell us a bit more. Let everybody know when it's going to be and
the time and place.
Then we're going to let LT talk again to give us some information on that leaflet that he has there.
I'm reminding everyone to come out again Saturday the 16th of February. It's going to be at the bandstand. Start 6 o'clock in the morning. You can register at Play to Win, or you can also register at New Life Foundation, Save the Seed. We invite everyone, one and all, come out and let us start to get ready to live healthy lives for 2013 by being on the move for healthier you.
LT?
February 16th. You might have been trying to set on your date a calendar when you're going to start exercising. February 16th is the best time to start and continue. Come out that morning, even if you're not a professional, still come out. If you're a professional, come out. We know the distance will be short for some of you because I'm doing 5 miles, 10 miles. It's only 2 miles. So it's a quick walk and back or jog and back for you. But for those of you specifically who have never been exercising, come out. Make the 16th of February your date you start exercising, because in 2013, you got to just love your body.
I see you have a poster in your hand, and it says 2K walk and run for adults, 1K for children. So there's a short up version for the kids.
And it said, of course, Play to Win, first annual Love Your Body Run. And of course, Carl, if we can't forget to mention that Play to Win is one of our sponsors.
Yes, and she's right here.
We want to mention our sponsors, which are actually at the bottom of the poster here. I'll let Dawn call them out.
Go ahead, Dawn.
Libelu, BVI Athletic Association, New Life Foundation, Save the Seed, Rotown Wholesale, CBN, Smart Mart, Standpoint. Those are our sponsors for right now.
CBN, who are they? You mean JTV?
Come on now, bro. Come on now.
Well, listen, we want to thank you guys for coming on. LT, it's been a pleasure. Charlene, good to have you on there. And of course, Play to Win, we're always there. These guys are playing to win for 2013, I got to tell you. So don't blink, don't take your eye off the ball. Until next week, Carl, we want to thank you all for listening. We want to thank the Doping Anti-Doping Association. We want to thank the Football Association. We want to thank the Rugby Association being here this evening. And we want to thank Play to Win and the Run and Walk
Love
team.
Your Body.
Love Your Body Walk. You see why LT's here? He's here to correct me just like Carl.
I just want to say also to all the listening audience from Anegada to Jost Van Dyke, Virgin Gorda, we want to thank you guys for tuning in with us on a daily Thursday. And for all you guys who are listening on the internet, we'd like to thank you guys. And we'll see you next week.
Can I say hi to Roy in Virgin Gorda? I got to tell him hi every week, my buddy.
Okay, good.
So until next week,
good sports.
Good sports with you.
Effort is the greatest adversary of all. Some people confront it.